There is one decision in gardening that separates the people who work harder every spring from the people who work smarter every spring. That decision is choosing perennials, plants that go into the ground a single time and then return year after year, growing fuller, stronger, and more breathtaking with every season. No replanting, no starting from zero, no wasted money. A well-chosen perennial is one of the greatest investments a garden can receive, and some of these plants will still be blooming in that same spot 20, 30, even 50 years from now. Sam here with Seniors Gardening Advice. This channel exists to help gardeners build beautiful, long-lasting, low-effort spaces, and this video covers 11 perennials that absolutely deserve a place in the ground this season. Every single one on this list is different from anything covered before on this channel. Before getting into the list, drop a comment below telling the community what is already growing in your garden right now. And if perennial gardening is something worth learning more about, subscribing and hitting the bell keeps new content coming every single week. Now, counting down from number 11, let's get into it. Best perennial number 11, Yarrow, Aculea. Yarrow is one of those plants that looks like it belongs in a professional garden while asking almost nothing from the gardener who grows it. The flowers are produced in large, flat-topped clusters held on sturdy, upright stems. They come in golden yellow, soft cream, coral, deep red, and dusty rose, depending on the variety. They bloom from late spring all the way through late summer, which is an exceptionally long run of color for any perennial. What makes Yarrow genuinely remarkable is its relationship with difficult conditions. Poor soil, dry spells, blazing heat, Yarrow responds to all of these by continuing to bloom without complaint. It actually performs worse in rich, overwatered soil, which makes it one of the few garden plants that rewards a little neglect. The feathery, aromatic foliage is attractive even when the plant is not in flower, and the flat flower heads are magnetic for bees, butterflies, and beneficial insects. Cut the blooms for fresh arrangements or leave them to dry on the stem. They hold their shape and color beautifully. Divide the clumps every few years to keep them vigorous, and Yarrow will reward that small effort with decades of reliable performance.
Best perennial number 10, Hellebore, Lenten Rose. The Lenten rose does something almost no other perennial can claim. It blooms in late winter and early spring when the rest of the garden is still cold, bare, and waiting. The flowers emerge in shades of deep plum, dusky pink, ivory white, soft lavender, and near black burgundy, nodding gently on strong stems. They are not dramatic from a distance, but up close they are quietly stunning, with intricate patterning inside each bloom that rewards a closer look. Hellebores are shade lovers that thrive beneath deciduous trees, along north-facing borders, and in spots where most other flowering plants refuse to perform. Once established, they are extraordinarily self-sufficient. They dislike being disturbed and will reward years of being left alone by spreading into wider and wider clumps. Deer and rabbits largely ignore them. The evergreen foliage stays attractive through winter, giving the garden structure and greenery during the months when everything else has disappeared. A hellebore planted in the right spot can genuinely outlive the gardener who placed it there. For shade gardens especially, there is almost nothing more valuable. Best perennial number 9, Agastache, Hummingbird Mint. Agastache is a plant that should be in far more gardens than it currently occupies. It produces tall, densely packed flower spikes in shades of coral, orange, pink, and purple, depending on the variety chosen, and it blooms from early summer all the way through the first frosts of autumn, one of the longest bloom windows of any sun-loving perennial. The aromatic foliage smells faintly of mint and anise, which pollinators absolutely adore and deer steadfastly avoid. What separates Agastache from many other flowering perennials is its relationship with heat and drought. It originated in hot, dry climates and actually thrives under conditions that send other plants into stress. Full sun and excellent drainage are the two requirements, and beyond that, it is largely self-managing. Hummingbirds treat it like a favorite destination, visiting the tubular flowers repeatedly throughout the day. Butterflies and bees follow. In a mixed border, the vertical flower spikes create excellent structure, and the color range available, especially in the coral and orange varieties, fills a gap that most traditional perennials leave open. Cut it back by about a third in midsummer to encourage a fresh flush of blooms heading into autumn.
Best perennial number 8, Bleeding Heart, Lamprocapnos. Bleeding Heart is one of the most recognizable and most loved perennials in the shade garden, and for very good reason. The arching stems carry rows of perfectly formed, heart-shaped flowers in rose pink and white that hang like delicate pendants in mid to late spring. The effect is so distinctive and so beautiful that even people who do not garden will stop to admire it. There is nothing else in the plant world that looks quite like a bleeding heart in full bloom. It is a spring ephemeral in the technical sense. The foliage dies back in summer heat, leaving a gap in the border that can be filled with hostas or ferns planted nearby to hide the bare space. But underground, the roots are completely alive and healthy, building strength for the following year. The fern-leaf varieties, such as Goldheart, stay in leaf and even continue blooming gently through summer, making them a better choice for gardeners who want season-long foliage presence. Bleeding Heart naturalizes quietly over time, producing offsets that expand the planting without becoming invasive. In a woodland garden or a shaded border, it provides a moment of spring drama that is genuinely unforgettable. Best perennial number 7, Rudbeckia, Black-Eyed Susan. If a single perennial had to be chosen to carry late summer color through to the first frost, Rudbeckia would win that role without much competition. The flowers are bright golden yellow with a deep chocolate brown center, bold, cheerful, and unmistakable. They bloom reliably from midsummer through autumn, exactly when many other perennials have finished and the garden risks looking tired and empty. Rudbeckia is built for toughness. It handles heat and humidity, tolerates drought once established, and performs beautifully in average or even poor soil. It does not need staking, does not attract significant pest problems, and naturalizes gently over time by self-seeding into nearby spaces in a way that looks completely natural rather than weedy. The seed heads that remain after the petals drop are a vital food source for goldfinches and sparrows through autumn and winter, which adds genuine ecological value to the planting. Mass it in a sunny border, combine it with ornamental grasses for a prairie-style effect, or let it anchor the back of a mixed bed. It is one of the most dependable and generous perennials in existence.
Best perennial number 6, Heuchera or coral bells. Most perennials are grown for their flowers. Heuchera is grown primarily for its foliage, and what foliage it is! The leaves come in an extraordinary range of colors: deep burgundy, burnt caramel, electric lime green, silver with dark veining, rich chocolate brown, and coral peach blends that shift through the seasons as temperatures change. Some varieties start the spring in one color and finish the autumn in a completely different one. The effect in a garden border is like having a living paint palette that never fades. The small bell-shaped flowers that rise above the foliage in late spring are an added bonus, attractive to hummingbirds in particular. Heuchera performs beautifully in partial shade, which makes it one of the most useful plants available for the difficult spots that many gardens contain, beneath trees, along shaded walls, or in the north-facing corners where color is hardest to achieve. It is semi-evergreen in mild winters, providing structure and color even when the rest of the border is dormant. Plant different varieties together for a tapestry effect that provides year-round interest without a single flower needing to be in bloom. Divide clumps every 3 to 4 years to keep them performing at their best. Best perennial number 5, Cniphophis, or red-hot poker. Coniferæ is a statement plant. There is no subtlety about it, and that is exactly the point. The flower spikes are tall and torch-like, burning with gradients of deep red at the tip, fading to orange and then bright yellow at the base, a color combination that looks almost tropical and stands out dramatically against any planting background. The spikes rise well above the strappy, grass-like foliage on strong stems that need no staking and hold their form through wind and rain. It blooms from early summer into autumn depending on the variety, and some varieties rebloom if the spent spikes are cut back promptly. Hummingbirds are drawn to it intensely. The tubular flower structure is designed precisely for them. Once established in full sun with good drainage, red-hot poker is drought-tolerant and extremely long-lived. It actually improves with age, forming larger and larger clumps that produce more and more flower spikes each season. In a sunny border, it adds genuine architectural presence and a heat of color that no other perennial quite replicates. Pair it with ornamental grasses or blue-toned plants for a combination that is visually electric.
Best perennial number 4, bee balm. Bee balm brings something to the summer garden that most other perennials cannot offer. Wild, shaggy, incredibly vivid color combined with a fragrant foliage that smells of herbs when brushed. The flowers are ragged and exuberant in the best possible way, coming in deep scarlet red, vivid pink, lavender purple, and clean white depending on the variety. They bloom in mid-summer and create an almost electric energy in a border. The wildlife value of bee balm is exceptional. It attracts hummingbirds, butterflies, native bees, and a wide range of beneficial insects, all drawn to the nectar-rich flowers throughout the bloom period. Newer mildew-resistant varieties have solved the biggest historical weakness of this plant, keeping the foliage clean and attractive through humid summers. Bee balm spreads by underground rhizomes over time, which means it fills in generously once it settles, but division every 3 years keeps it vigorous and prevents it from expanding beyond its intended space. Plant it in full sun to light shade in moist soil, and it will deliver one of the most memorable mid-season shows in the entire garden. Best perennial number 3, balloon flower. Balloon flower is one of the most charming and distinctive perennials a garden can hold, yet it is still surprisingly overlooked by the majority of gardeners. The name comes from the buds, which swell into perfectly round, air-filled balloons before bursting open into wide, star-shaped flowers in rich violet blue, soft pink, or pure white. That opening moment, a plump balloon slowly splitting into a 5-pointed bloom, is genuinely one of the most delightful things to watch in the entire garden. What makes balloon flower such an outstanding long-term investment is how quietly self-sufficient it becomes once established. The deep taproot anchors it firmly in the ground and feeds it through drought conditions that would stress lesser plants. It requires no staking, despite growing up to 2 feet tall, no dividing, and very little feeding. Once in the ground, it simply reappears every spring in exactly the same spot, growing into a wider and more floriferous clump with each passing season. The bloom period runs from early summer right through to the first frosts, especially if spent flowers are removed regularly to encourage fresh buds. It grows beautifully in full sun to partial shade, making it adaptable to a wide range of garden positions. Bees visit the open flowers consistently throughout the season, and the blue-violet varieties in particular deliver a cool, refined color that feels genuinely elegant against warmer-toned neighbors. For a perennial that looks unusual, behaves perfectly, and improves with age, balloon flower is one of the most undervalued choices available anywhere.
Best perennial number 2, New England aster. One of the most common problems in a perennial garden is the gap, that stretch of late summer and early autumn when the big bloomers have finished and the border starts to look tired.
New England aster exists specifically to fill that gap, and it fills it magnificently. The flowers are daisy-like, violet to deep purple in color, surrounding a bright yellow center, and they arrive in such abundance in late August and September that a mature clump looks like it has been covered in a purple cloud. The ecological timing is critical. New England aster blooms precisely when monarch butterflies are migrating south and need nectar sources most urgently. Planting it provides real, meaningful support for one of the most iconic insects in North America. Beyond the wildlife benefit, aster adds genuine structure to the autumn garden. The plants grow tall and bushy, and pinching the growing tips in early summer keeps them compact and encourages more branching and therefore more flowers. It naturalizes beautifully over time, spreading into wider clumps that increase the fall display with each passing year. Combined with ornamental brasses and rudbeckia, it creates an autumn combination that stops the garden from ever looking unfinished. If subscribers and fellow gardeners in the Seniors Gardening Advice community want one plant that proves a garden can look just as rich in October as it does in June, this is it. Best perennial number 1, sedum or stonecrop, autumn joy. Autumn joy earns the top position on this list because it delivers something truly rare, a perennial that is interesting and beautiful in every single season of the year. In spring, the thick, succulent rosettes of blue-green foliage push up through the soil with an architectural quality that looks deliberate and structural even before a single flower has appeared. Through summer, the flat-topped flower heads develop in pale green, giving the border texture and form. In early autumn, those heads flush to a rich, deep rose pink that deepens with cooler temperatures into a burnished copper red by late autumn. Even in winter, the dried seed heads stand upright above the snow, providing structure, bird food, and visual interest when the rest of the garden is silent. Autumn joy asks almost nothing in return for this performance. Full sun, average soil, occasional watering until established, that is the complete care list. It is drought-tolerant, pest-resistant, deer-resistant, and completely self-supporting. No staking needed, no deadheading required, no complicated feeding routine. Bees and butterflies cover the flower heads during peak bloom, making it one of the most pollinator-friendly plants available for late-season gardens. It expands slowly into wider clumps over the years, never becoming invasive, but growing noticeably more impressive with every season. For 4 full seasons of beauty from a single planting, there is genuinely nothing better. Those are 11 perennials that represent the absolute best of what this plant category has to offer. Plants that earn their place in the ground not just once, but year after year after year. Each one brings something different: unique bloom shapes, wildlife value, architectural presence, late-season color, or shade garden beauty. Together, they can carry a garden through every season without a single annual needing to be replanted. If this video was useful, please give it a like. It genuinely helps Seniors Gardening Advice reach more people who are looking for exactly this kind of guidance. Subscribe so the weekly plant content lands in the feed automatically. Share this with a fellow gardener who is still replanting every spring. This list could completely change how they approach their garden. And leave a comment below. Which of these 11 is going into the ground first? Sam and the entire Seniors Gardening Advice community would love to know. The best gardens are built one good decision at a time, and every perennial on this list is one of those decisions.